Hey guys, this is Jimbo from Jimbo Shit Show. And as teased in my last video, I'm going to tell you guys a story about a dream that I thought was dead, but I resurrected it when I was 43 years old. So, back when I was about 14 years old, I've convinced my parents to buy me a dirt bike. It was an obsession with me, and I practiced on that bike every day in a field out behind our house. There was a motocross track a few miles away that I had been to a race or two at a time, and I decided that I was ready to race this bike. Well, half the neighborhood showed up, and I lined up for my very first race, and lo and behold, I got the hole shot and led the first lap. But another rider took me out over a jump, and I crashed and tore the bike up pretty good, and the old man was not too happy about that. He wasn't really into the racing thing, and he just looked at it as, I bought you this bike and you took it out here and got it torn up, But with that confidence, I entered another race and didn't do as well. And eventually, I might have raced 2 or 3 times, and I just didn't feel like I had the backing of my dad, which I really wanted him to take me to the races and get into this sport with me, and it just didn't work out like that. And then high school started, and next thing you know, I'm working, and then the dream's over with. I sell the bike and I'm working. So when I'm 42, my wife and I are on vacation in Florida, and I tell her, I was like, when we get back home, I think I'm going to buy me a bike. And she's like, okay. But I'm thinking dirt bikes, and she's thinking a Harley. So when we get back home, I start looking around, and I find a bike that I want. And I get this bike and pick it up. I had my pickup truck, my old F-150. I got the bike and brought it home. And I pulled up in the driveway, and I can remember her coming out on the front deck and looking at it. And she says, "What are you going to do with that?" To which I replied, "I'm going to race it." To which she replied, "Have you lost your mind?" I'm sure she thought I was having a midlife crisis, and maybe I was. But I had had this dream. I had carried this dream with me since my high school days. And I had been to a few races, and they had, by this time, they had had classes, which I got involved when I started racing, was the 40 plus class. So when I bought the bike, I didn't really get a chance to ride it much that year. Most of the places to go riding were a pretty good distance away from the house. And so when the next year came around, I had decided I was going to do it, still not having a whole lot of riding experience. And the series had already started. It was like a 14 or a 16 race series. And it was sponsored by Daniel Moon Motocross Park in London, Kentucky. So by the time I had started, there were already 2 races had gone by. And I remember lining up for that first race. My wife came, and the guy to the left and right of me introduced themselves, and the guy on my left said, "We only got one rule here. Don't do anything stupid. We all got to go to work Monday morning," which was hilarious at the time. But the gate dropped, and I took off on my racing career. And I remembered going to these races every weekend. And sometimes, we'd have a full class, and sometimes only a few guys would show up. Usually it was just a core of just a few guys, the hardcore guys, would show up to the races, and sometimes new guys. And, sometimes it'd be pouring down rain, and I'd be happy because if it was raining, that means everybody had to slow up a little bit. And by the end of the series, old Jimbo was in second place. And ironically, the guy that beat me out at the end of the series was the guy that I bought the bike from. So I still have this big old trophy to this day down in the living room. And I toughed it out. I finished the series. Did it go like I planned? No. Was I the rider I was when I was in high school? No. But, I got it out of my system, and I checked that off my bucket list. And I'm really proud of myself for the way that turned out. It showed me something about myself, the stick-to-itiveness of it, the grit, the knowing that I wasn't good at it anymore, but I was still going to get this done. And by the time the end of the series rolled around, I was the only one. My wife quit going to the races. None of my friends went. It was just me and the other guys that I raced with. But, it was good. So I hope you all enjoy that story, and I hope that you take some kind of heart into knowing that if you've got a dream, you don't have to let it die. It may not end up the way that you thought it was going to end up, but it's still a dream, and you can make it happen if you want to. So anyway, I hope that you guys watch this series of videos that I'm putting out. I hope that I get better, and I hope that I get more entertaining. And I noticed that I've got a studio that I'm setting up. I'm going to try to, winter's coming, well, it's August now, but winter will be here before you know it. And I won't be outside making too many videos, so I want to come indoors and get something going. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and follow me, and Jimbo out.